We are going to be landing into the land of Dawn shortly, into game number 4 here. It's 2-1 Echo in favor versus RSG Philippines.
The biggest thing that RSG needs to watch out for is a potential fast snowball by Echo. Because they have an Atlas, yes, you'll have a Time's Journey early on that could help out taking away those setups by the Fatal Links. Again, though, we've seen time and time again in lineups where it's roamer tank versus roamer support squishy healer type, there is a risk of running a snowball here. And with the Karina, RSG really need to watch out for their positioning.
Yeah, and you know, what I noticed too, now that this is the second time Demon Kite has picked the Paquito jungle, previous game he played it, he had the killing spree. Now he's got the high and dry, right? Is that just simply because he's not working against a Faramis ult? And using that kill, you know, the high and dry wouldn't have worked so well against Faramis when everybody's clumped around that Colt altar?
Yeah, potentially too. There seems to be a lot of opportunities based on the lineup of Echo for Demon Kite to actually find pickoffs. And again, having someone like a Paquito with a jungle emblem, with a assassin emblem such as the high and dry means he can solo invade if he wants to, maybe catch Carl TZ off guard, or be just a massive threat in terms of split pushing, because he'll be able to split push well enough that one defender on the side of Echo might not be enough.
Well, the way I read this high and dry is, for the first at least big engagement, RSG is going to go for alpha strikes. And if you can't find the big 4v4, 5v5 fight, then yeah, Demon Kite is going to find that kill, and then the high and dry is going to help him do that. It'll help quell the early game advantage that Echo has in these huge team fights that all dudes are in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and again, working around the ultimates, the CC coming out from Echo.
Quiet.
It's a quiet game because still a lot is, even though technically the team that loses here in this series, it still has a chance. Obviously, they want to secure that slot for them going forward, but already Turtle going to be worked on at half health.
And it's clearly going to go to Echo's side here. You're waiting in reverse time onto Sanford. It's his turn to play the Uranus, and it's working wonders. It's able to draw a line between Echo and RSG, and yeah, this is that early game advantage y'all were talking about.
Yeah, safe, fast rotations for Echo to get to the point where just when Demon Kite started taking his second purple buff, Echo were already secured the turtle. So let's see if they'll keep this tempo up, because again, they definitely can, and if they do, RCPH might not even be able to reach to the point where their Farce and Bruno will be a threat.
You know, and since there's not, I mean, early on, 3 minutes in, no one's gone down just yet, although Echo is waiting in the bushes there. But the thing, too, I want to point out with Emon this time, right? First time we saw Bruno in the series, it was running the Weapon Mastery. Now he's got the Electro Flash. He's going to be looking to get in proper positioning, fighting around Echo what they're throwing at him. Because, again, we know that Yaoi's going to be looking for the Fatal Links, but how different is that, Renmar? I mean, with the emblem swap up for the Bruno?
Well, for the Bruno, the Electro Flash, it gives him that extra movement speed, you know, every basic attack. It's not always, there's a proc to it, but it allows him to just give a little bit of wiggle room to get the safety and be able to damage from a safe distance.
And this is that high and dry advantage you're looking at right now. If they can't force these 5v5s, 4v4s, then we'll just find singular heroes on the map. But look, Echo with the clapback, Yaoi with a perfect match, misses the Fatal Links as Demon Kite dodges out of range.
Fast hands there. Oh, RSG aggressive here in the bottom lane against Benny.
Down bottom, it's their turn to try a gank. That's 3 men leaving their target. Now this is a fairer fight. It's a tag team 2v2. Nats just really keeping that demonic force close to chest.
Yeah. And that next turtle is going to be a fairer fight as well. 77 seconds until the flicker of Yaoi comes back up. So RSCPH don't need to worry so much about just getting flicker Fatal Links up in their faces. Aqua should be very happy.
Not only that, but I mean, the Fatal Links isn't up just yet, too. It could come up by the time they actually commit to this turtle. But, I mean, Echo already has the information they need. They're going to set up around it. Both gold laners still on the bottom side.
Look at this immaculate pull, an immaculate feathered airstrike, though. The answer by Aqua, very low. Force the feathered airstrike away. Demon Kite secures it right in this scuffle. Demonic force by Nats. Come on, a slam. If you want to jam. Putting Sanford very, very low, forcing out a retreat from the rest of Echo.
So you saw there what something that Aqua needs to watch out for later into the game once Lily has more items. Sanji knows his assignment. Okay, I'm going to try to get to the back line. As a Lilia, you can, because you can just black shoe safely away and just throw bombs into Aqua's feet to potentially force the feathered airstrike off early. But right now, Aqua doesn't need to worry so much, and it's Echo worrying about the feathered airstrike of the Farsa instead.
Yeah, and so Echo's looking to make a play here on the bottom side. Might just get the turret, already forcing a flicker out, though, from Light. So in a way, without doing much, they at least get that out. Plus the turret, that's a nice little advantage for Echo.
Yeah, great trade there, and great call by Echo to do that. Instead of them snowballing in the sense of, all right, winning team fights, getting the pickoffs, their snowball idea is, all right, let's just get our gold laner out ASAP. Let's delay the Bruno as much as we can.
Oh, bombs away. Y'all see that? The damage on Aqua again, forced to be put in a perilous position. Now it's Sanji early popping the black shoes, sending Benny Cutie home. It's so uncanny. I'm not comfortable here, guys. We've been playing slobber knockers back to back to back, and now they're so... They're doing a pacifist run, basically.
We're literally linked on the mind right now because I was thinking the same thing. I was like,
and
man,
the heart.
And the heart, the soul, and everything else, right?
How's Francis feeling?
Well, I agree with you, man. 6 minutes in, no one's died. This is completely different from the previous 3 games we've seen.
And it's not for the lack of trying.
Yeah.
We've seen fights, we've seen scraps, but both of them is just like, all right, we went for a sprint to start this off and slow things down just a little bit.
Oh, they pull back Carl Deasy. Reverse time and all, plus a feathered airstrike. They lose their jungler. The first casualty in this 6-minute game. And RSG are happy to convert that into a turtle.
Yeah, it looks like it will be a turtle there for RSG. You don't have any flickers, but Yaoi will try something, or he's just trying to get vision, maybe.
Let's see, Nats with the demonic force. Down goes Light. Sanford put so many stacks on him, plus a fatal link. Down goes Demon Guy. It's Sanford who secures the turtle. What's going on? Nats as well popped right there by Benny Cutie.
Even without their jungler, Echo said, we can do this. Fatal links, Yaoi, and the Nibiru Smash and Benny Cutie setting up for Sanford to just stack and damage with Ionic Edge from the Uranus.
Oh, dear Lord. Sanji taken down by Eman. Y'all counted out the footballer. He is still deathless and he's building up some damage, but they do walk away with a tier 1 in mid.
We're getting little tastes of that unexpected aggression now, and Echo, yeah, this is what we were mentioning earlier.
Yep.
The risk of a faster snowball on the side of Echo because they do have a tank that can engage aggressively.
Crazy because, you know, with as kill-less the first 6 minutes were, in the last minute and a half, Echo has now furthered the gold lead 4K. I mean, it's a map advantage for days.
I thought you were going to point out the fact that there were 5 kills in just the past minute and a half. But no, it's where did the 4K gold lead come from?
They're popping right now. They cashed in their checks, Echo. They got their kills. They got the resources. And the RSG needs to be careful. They're up against this Atlas. Without this Diggy around, could be problematic. And at the same time, it's not just... Light also has to be careful not to get put in a position where he'll get forced to use the Time's Journey way too early. That Time's Journey is so crucial for RSGPH.
Man, and right now, I mean, they've got to go handle the bottom side, Sanford there. And with those 2 kills early on, he was pretty unkillable early game. Now at this point, you're going to have to put a lot of focus on him, which it looks like RSG Philippines might try to do to even get that kill, because as the game continues on, he just scales and scales and scales. And that is what, unfortunately, Nas didn't get to do on the Uranus when he picked it earlier in the series.
RSG right now, I think they're just going to be looking for a chance to get the team fight in. Then with the looming threat of just being dived upon, the formation of RSG is so static with his Farsa around that Echo just seems like the right team to play aggressive and just shut that idea down.
Yeah.
They're forcing cross-map responses, like either you let this turret go or you give us the Lord, and they're getting both. Look, the wave pushed in by Sanford down bottom. Lord here at less than half health. 4 men from Echo, forcing out 5 from RSG. The response, this is where we're seeing the 4K goal lead. That's a lot of items that they have above their opponents. Now it's just Nats and Aqua here in the Lord with 3 going off against Sanford, and they get it anyways. Carl TZ's retribution secures the Lord.
Yeah, confident take there on the Lord by Echo. Sanford provided all the information. 4 of them are here. Demon Kai too far. You have great positioning. Echo takes the Lord without a hitch.
And despite, again, the low kills here, Echo just in full control. I mean, further building the gold lead. Let's take a look at the items here, Renmar.
All right, so it's only 1,000 gold difference here between the two marksmen. But we all know Bruno, Berserker's Fury, Endless Battle, that's more than enough at this point. But will it be enough to take down Sanford? Sanford's pretty built up. Close to 1,500 gold lead here compared to close to 2,000 rather, or 2,000 gold lead here for the Uranus compared to the Phoveus. So that's a good idea of how tanky this Uranus is. This is that early game Uranus hypothetical idea of a great early game we're talking about here, wherein does your opposing team have the right tools to burst down this Uranus? At this point, RSG doesn't look like it.
Yeah, this is a tough situation. They're going to lose more and more turrets here. Already 10.5 minutes into the game. They're pushing in here.
All right, so they made the most of this Lord already, pushing tier 2s all the way in. Echo should be happy this way, and indeed they are forcing out the Holy Shields from mid and bot. Hell, even top got popped. So this is a purple map as we're looking at it.
Echo right now in full control, and just a testament again to making the right call at the right time. Quickly getting their gold laner out of lane, converting a win in the team fight into another turret push up top, converting kills. Conversion, that's the theme right now for Echo. It's not a lot of action, but they're converting the little things into massive wins.
This is also just a sign of, yes, Diggy is a great pick against Atlas, but is it really the choice for this whole team composition in the bigger picture? Because what we're seeing is, again, RSG Philippines for the majority of this game, if not the whole game, a very difficult time on actually finding engagements. They are always in that position of, let's react to Echo. That's been the story. That's what happens when you pick the Diggy.
And reacting to Echo isn't where you're supposed to be. Again, I mentioned what the optimal approach was. Again, just reading the lineup. It should have been an Alpha Strike. They should be the one forcing fights, raining down the damage, and leaving Echo wondering what happened, where it all went wrong. That's what the Diggy buys you. It's not always defensive. But now, they're on the full defense. That's where this 8K gold lead's coming from.
Yeah, that team fight went earlier by Echo, wherein RSG picked off Carl Teasy, but they didn't expect Echo to just fight out, dive them, and then just get blasted by the Uranus of Sanford. Even Sanford getting that objective take there. I believe that was the second turtle of the game, if I'm not mistaken. That just completely changed the tempo of the game. It changed the possibilities of what RSG can do for an early game climb. This is going to be a late game climb, but long one even, if Echo don't give them any space to turn the game around. And with how they're positioning, how they're playing, how they're controlling the map, Echo are still sticking to their very disciplined guns.
I mean, even Demon Kite's just like, you know what, just give this to Echo here. We are so far behind, 9,000 gold. Might as well just give it up and then go for the defense.
It's so quick. They took the Lord and they did it in such a calculated fashion, surgical precision across the map. Folks, I wonder if you'll agree with me, but this is Echo's best impression of RSG at their finest.
Yes.
It's so procedural, it's so disciplined. This is RSG cosplay.
Yeah, you can cover up the names. That looks like, hey,
Exactly.
wow, that's a great MSC 2022 RSG cosplay there.
Right?
It's kind of uncanny, and it's crazy too, because again, a lot of people's eyes were on Echo in this season's playoffs, especially what happened, how things transpired for them last season. So an amazing start here for them if they can definitely close this game out. This Lord marching down the bottom side will obviously get Echo to crack open the base of RSG Philippines. Still, even if they go on a full-on fight, a lot is going to have to fall in place for RSG.
Oh, forcing out an early Black Shoes. There's the Feathered Airstrike from Aqua, so they'll have to wait for that bit of artillery to come back online. Mind you, there's still a Flicker and a Fatal Lynx on the Lover Boy down bottom. There's the Lord charging onto that inhibitor. Emma just kicking balls, trying to save his turret, but it's not gonna happen. They're gonna get what they want. Now mid is up next. Yowie, perfect match, looking for Aqua.
Wow.
Just spaced out the right way. Can they take down his inhibitor? The answer is no. They clear it out. Nats with the Demonic Force and the Feathered Airstrike. There you go. And he's still going. He's still going. Sanji's in trouble. Emma gets a crit onto that mage. Down goes Sanji.
That was a heat check there by Eman. 3 hits. The moment Sanji got within range of his basic attack, he said, let me show you how much I hurt right now. And that is what Echo needs to be careful of. What I want to go back to is what Aqua did there at the start of that push. Immediately popping that Feathered Airstrike to make sure that the Black Shoes of the Lilia is gone. That is what RSG are targeting at in terms of their defenses. With the Black Shoes gone, you minimize the aggression of Echo by just a bit. But that little bit is enough to give you space.
Not only that, but also just the fact that, I mean, Yawi held on to the Fatal Links. He held on to everything. I mean, even the Flicker. That's discipline, right? With the massive lead that they have, you almost, part of you expects, like, all right, this is Yawi. He's just going to, you know, go in, initiate, and force the situation. But they didn't. So RSG Philippines managed to get a kill there on Sanji, like you guys mentioned. But still, it's a long road, a tough road ahead of them if they actually want to take this game. Because despite the low kill count, you cannot discount the gold lead, the economy lead right now. So, but again, this could possibly be the stepping stones they need to actually contest the next Lord. But already, is that something that RSG wants to actually risk? Because the whole time you also have Sanford putting pressure now on the top side.
And he does so with impunity. He doesn't care. It takes so much for RSG to punish this Uranus. Hell, even that Lilia, you don't see what Sanji did underneath a feathered airstrike? How's that for a heat check?
Even Sanji says, no, I'm feeling it too. What are you talking about there, Aqua? But Echo needs to watch out for that Farsa, definitely. Already picked up the Divine Glaive. This isn't a super tanky lineup on the side of Echo. Feathered Airstrike will be devastating. RSGPH might not be even able to get close enough to this Lord because look at Sanford.
Yeah, and look at Light as well. All he can do is say, yeah, they're doing it. Yeah, they're doing it. And then Aqua responds with a Feathered Airstrike, so they'll have to wait for this. And I think that's a clear sign. Echo commits to this Lord. Look at this Nat Pop and the Demonic Force. Yawi looking for a perfect target. Sanford deals some damage. He secures the Lord. He's very low, but he got away with what he wanted already. Pops the Immortality. Nay, he didn't have it. There it is on Yawi. And DK walks away. DK for DK once more. That's 2 down for Echo. I don't think they're going to be able to capitalize on this Lord they just secured. RSG showing signs of life.
Great counter punish there by RSG, and the burst that RSG has for days is the trump card right now. We're in Echo. What happens when you've committed so much? What happens when you've used your abilities too early? RSG just showed it. Yeah, we can counter punish you. Despite that gold lead at 10K, the RSG page has the damage.
I mean, it's crazy to think, like, these small victories that RSG Philippines are finding are really, you know, how does this work in their favor in the long run? Because yeah, still it is that massive gold lead for Echo. They've got to handle this Lord here, plus those powered up minions, which are doing pretty fine with. But still, Echo in a position to actually force a situation here if they want to. Barely holding on to this mid turret. RSG Philippines will most likely have their base exposed and be in a tough situation because here comes Yawi.
Oh no, mid lane seems to be the next on the docket. A failed Fatal Links to open up this engagement. Sanji forced to use Black Shoes into that war zone. Down goes the Lilia. Sanford getting jumped on by Nats. Cutie punishes the foe. He's a little in too deep. Here comes Yawi looking for a frigid breath. Stunning, freezing, maybe even just one, and they end up with a trade. Sanji for Nats.
Now it's Cutie with his own heat check. All right, Nats, you're feeling the demonic force. I can just burst you down in the face. From 50 to 100, that's where Nats went.
Oh no, they're looking to finish, but Aqua says, not here, not today.
Oh, Yawi's here.
Minions. And Yawi comes in with a Fatal Links. Aqua's life is in danger. Here comes Demon Kite. Thou shalt not kill my mage. Pushing them back. It's 4v4. Can they survive? The answer is yes, because Eman is here. He's bringing the damage. Down goes the Atlas. Down goes Sanford. 2 for none.
Oh man, they hold on. They hold on here, Redmar.
There's something about RSG right now. There's something I want to go back to earlier when we saw RSG before that first Lord fight that we saw. The camera panned on Demon Kite. And what was Demon Kite doing? I saw him smiling. I saw him laughing even. There's something about RSG right now where I feel like they're saying, guys, trust in our lineup. Trust in our burst. Trust in our ability to wave clear and counter punish. And that's what it looks like RSG is trying to execute right now. The idea that they can turn this game around.
They shrank the lead down to about 6,000 gold here. Popping Sanji and then putting him in a very uncomfortable position. Even Aqua, yeah, he's been in peril this whole time. A huge target on that Farsa's back, but he's doing all right.
This is going to, again, Lord coming up here in just a couple seconds. Everybody's going to be available and up here for this. Do they take this swiftly, or does it go in the hands of Echo? That's going to be super crucial here. Both of them starting it up. Again, look at the top side. Sanford will be putting pressure there alongside Benny Cutie.
Oh no, can you smell it? Can you smell it? Shades of Echo. They've done this in the regular season. They're hiding Benny. They're hiding Benny. This might be it. It's a 3v4 here. Only Eman gonna respond to that feathered airstrike, spacing away the remaining members of Echo, and they're very low. Yaoi especially. Demon Knight, look at the pace! Look at the pace! They're not letting him go home! Benny Cutie! He's going for it! Benny Cutie! Benny! Benny! Damn you, Benny! Damn you! He did it again!
They did it! They did it! History repeats itself! The split push by Echo have won it, and they advance to the upper bracket finals.
Oh my goodness. You didn't think it was going to end like that, but it did. And the patience as well. Even if Demon Kite was smiling, his smile wasn't ready for that.
An enigmatic Echo puts on a show, pretending to be RSG, pretending to make like Blacklist, like a season 19